Sharks are part of a larger subclass known as elasmobranchs. These are cartilaginous fishes. It also includes rays and skates. They have unique characteristics like a fully cartilaginous skeleton, replicable teeth, so that means their teeth grow in rows and they can fall out and another one comes in its place. And they can have 5 to 7 gill slits as well.
Here at OdySea, our smaller sharks eat 2 to 3 times a day, but some of our larger sharks only eat 3 times a week. Most sharks in the wild can go weeks to months without eating. There are over 500 different species of sharks, and all sharks eat different things. So some of the smaller species eat krill, small fish, and small crustaceans. But some of the larger sharks, like great whites, can even eat some marine mammals like sea lions and seals.
So there's a number of reasons that the fish are able to get along with our sharks. First off, all of our sharks have a specific diet tailored to the individual animal. We look at their body weight, their age, the species, and even the water temperature can affect their metabolism. Secondly, all of our sharks are station and target trained. So take for example our sand tigers. All of our sand tigers know that when we place a yellow triangle in their exhibit, if they swim up close to enough to it, they're going to find food. I'm going to take you all behind the scenes to show you how we feed our biggest sharks. You're going to see our lemon sharks, our sand tiger sharks, and our nurse sharks feed off tongs and station and target. So all of our sharks are trained to come to a specific symbol that we place in water. Once they swim up to it, we feed them with tongs, and that helps us ensure each individual animal gets its appropriate diet. Our lemon sharks are going to be eating mackerel. Our sand tigers will eat salmon, squid, blue runner, and bonita. And our nurse sharks really like squid and salmon as well. Am I ever scared when I dive in the exhibit with our sharks? That's a good question. I'm definitely always aware of my surroundings, and we always have a dive buddy that acts as a second pair of eyes. But the sharks, for the most part, don't really want anything to do with you. Most of the time, they just want to, mind their own business and swim peacefully right alongside you.
Most sharks can actually smell blood up to 3 miles away. Some can even detect drops of blood in thousands of gallons of ocean water.
There still is so much that we don't know about sharks, but it's not uncommon for many species to live into their 20s, 30s, and even 40s. Recently, in August of 2016, scientists actually discovered a Greenland shark that was over 270 years old.
Sharks lose their teeth continuously throughout their life. They will lose them while they're swimming around, just day to day. They'll drop out of their mouth, and also when they're feeding. Sometimes they'll get lodged in the food item. They can lose up to 30,000 teeth in a lifetime, and that's by the process of regeneration.
Do sharks sleep? Sharks don't necessarily sleep in the way you and I might think. So some sharks actually have to remain in motion, otherwise they can't breathe. And those types of sharks are called obligate ram ventilators. A great example of this is going to be our Scalloped Hammerhead sharks, which can be found in our deep ocean exhibit. Other sharks, like our nurse sharks, can rest peacefully on the bottom and actually actively draw water through their mouth over their gills, allowing them to breathe. And that's called buccal pumping.
Some sharks can swim up to 20 miles per hour, like the mako shark. He can do that in the open oceans. Some sharks, like the nurse shark, aren't very fast. They're not built for speed. They primarily lay on the bottom, but they are an ambush predator. So when it does come time to feed, they are very quick.
Out of the over 500 known species of sharks, only a few are known to live in freshwater rivers and lakes. The most commonly known of these sharks is the bull shark. There's also a number of river shark species that are still being studied by scientists. Some sharks lay eggs, and some sharks give birth to live young. These live young are called pups. Sand tigers have a very unique reproductive strategy, and that the most mature embryonic sand tiger shark in the uterus actually will eat its brothers and sisters and then eventually be born. This is called intrauterine cannibalism.
The biggest shark that is alive today is the whale shark. It grew up to 40 feet long and weighs several tons. It primarily eats plankton. It's a planktonivore. If it gets a chance, it will eat small fish and other invertebrates, but is a primary planktonivore. Lives in most of the oceans around the world, primarily the Pacific, in warmer temperate waters where it can feed. Being an elasmobranch, or a cartilaginous fish, it requires a warmer environment to process its food. The largest extinct species of shark is the Megalodon. It is known from fossil teeth found throughout the United States. This animal was presumed to be 60 feet in length and weighed well over several tons. This animal had thought to be eating primitive whales.
Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about our Blacknose Sharks. So every day they're offered food twice a day. It can be anything from species of fish, shrimp, squid, things like that. Mostly, on average, out in the wild, they're found to be around 4 to 4.5 feet long and weigh up to 20 to 25 pounds. Their natural habitat is in the Atlantic Ocean from North Carolina all the way down to Brazil. And their distinguishing feature on them is they have a black nose. So they have little black pigmentation near their rostrum on the front of their face, and that actually goes away when they get a lot older.
Our lemon sharks are by far the largest sharks in the aquarium. They range anywhere from 8 to 9 feet in length and just under 300 pounds in weight. Lemon sharks can be found on the east coast of North America, all the way up to New Jersey, down to parts of Brazil, along with the coast of California and parts of northwestern Africa. Now, our lemon sharks at the aquarium eat 3 times a week, and their favorite food is Pacific mackerel. And they get their name because they have a yellowish brown color on their skin.
Today I will be telling you about the Bonnethead shark, Sphyrna tubero. This animal is fed twice a day here at OdySea and is given a variety of different types of fish and invertebrates for food, including mackerel, salmon, and squid. This animal can grow up to 3 to 4 feet, where the females are larger than the males, and females can weigh up to 20 pounds. These animals can be found along the Pacific coast and the Atlantic coast of North America and South America. An interesting fact about the bonnethead shark is that it differentiates by its smaller head. This shovel-like head is much smaller in appearance compared to the other hammerhead sharks. The shovel is also known as a cephalofoil. It has many little pits that are filled with oil. These are called the amuli of Lorenzini. These small sacs use what we call electroreception and chemoreception for the animal to find its prey items while searching below the surface of the sea. Electroreception picks up small electrical currents that are produced by fish. Chemoreception is exactly the way that we pick up scent. Small chemicals in the water are released from animals, and through these amuli, the shark can pick up the trail of a bleeding fish or even a fish just gently breathing.
So one of the most interesting sharks we have here at the aquarium is our sand tiger sharks. Sand tigers can be found all the way from Maine down to Argentina, around parts of Africa, and even over in Australia and Japan. Sand tigers grow anywhere from 9 to 10 feet in length and can grow upwards of 300 pounds in weight. Now, in the wild, sand tigers eat just about anything, from fish all the way up to small sharks. Here at the aquarium, we feed them 3 times a week, and their favorite food is salmon. One of the really unique features about our sand tigers that you'll probably observe if you watch them for long enough is their ability to gulp and swallow air. It is thought that they do this to help them stay buoyant in the water, and that's why you see them sometimes hovering in the middle of the water column, while other sharks have to either constantly remain in motion or rest at the bottom. Blacktip reef sharks max out anywhere from 3 to 4 feet in length and around 30 pounds in weight. The blacktip reef sharks here at the aquarium eat around 3 times a week, and their favorite food is squid. Now, our blacktip reef sharks are really easy to ID. If you look at them, you'll notice that they have this black marking on the tips of their fins, and that's how they get their name.
Today I'm here to talk to you about nurse sharks. Nurse sharks are actually a nocturnal species. They can range anywhere from about 4 to 14 feet. Ours here can go up to about 200 pounds, and they love eating salmon and squid. Nurse sharks are known to have a blue-purple coloration to their skin, and if you've noticed here, ours has a really beautiful stripe pattern on her sides. Our largest female nurse shark here is very friendly. When we dive in that exhibit, she likes to get very close to you. She'll even lay on your flippers every once in a while. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Sandbar Sharks, also known as brown sharks. Sandbar sharks can get up to about 6 feet long. The males are typically smaller than the females, but they can get up to about 200 pounds. They have a very wide range all over the world. You can find them especially in Hawaii and the Indo-Pacific region. Sandbar sharks eat a lot of different types of food. Their favorites here are salmon and squid. Sandbar sharks actually have a gestation of 9 to 12 months, so you'll see pups the following summer after they mate.
Today I'll be talking to you about the Scalloped Hammerhead, Sphyrna lewini. This species of shark can grow up to 12 to 13 feet in length, females being larger, and weigh up to 300 pounds. These animals are offered squid, shrimp, and a variety of fish here at OdySea Aquarium. These animals have a very large cephalofoil, which gives them the name hammerhead. The cephalofoil on hammerheads is used to guide them through the water. It also has the amuli of Lorenzini, which picks up electricity and chemoreception. With this ability, the sharks are able to find prey much easier in dark waters and below sand substrate. It's almost like using a metal detector. An interesting fact about scalloped hammerheads, it is not uncommon for them to be eating stingrays. Fishermen who have caught these sharks regularly find stingray barbs in their mouths. Here at OdySea Aquarium, we have the scalloped hammerheads in with our stingrays, the spotted eagle rays. We are not worried about them eating our eagle rays because we keep them well fed.
My favorite species of shark is the tiger shark. They can get up to about 20 feet and they have beautiful stripes on their sides.
My favorite shark would be the white shark, also known as the great white shark. The reason is they're misunderstood, but they're amazing creatures, and there's still so much to learn about them that we don't know.
My favorite shark is probably the zebra shark. They're really cool, they're really easy to work with. They don't have really sharp teeth like most sharks you think of when you think of a shark. So they can be handled really easily. They're really fun to feed and hang out with as well underwater and interact with.
My favorite shark would probably have to be the scalloped hammerhead. We do have these animals here at OdySea Aquarium, and they fascinate me because of their cephalofoils, the large eyepieces that we refer to as their hammers. These devices are used for finding prey items. They are loaded with what we call the amuli of Lorenzini. They are sensory pits that are covering their head so they can pick up electroreception and chemoreception. They also help with swimming, and moving through the water, they act as another set of fins.
My favorite shark is the pelagic thresher shark. Thresher sharks can be found in the warm waters of the Pacific and Indian Ocean. They grow anywhere from 10 feet in length and around 200 pounds in weight, and they eat primarily fish. Now, thresher sharks are really unique. They have a very long tail, which they actually use to stun their prey before they eat it.